Have you ever wondered how your experience of reality comes into existence, why it appears the way that it does, and what this has to do with your mind and your thoughts? Well, today, let's get some answers.
I have so many questions. Show me the answers. I'm afraid. Why am I here? What's the legend? Where should I go? What is true? Is there a way of straight? How can I know the truth?
Welcome back, everyone, to An Ordinary Search for Truth and to part one of my new video series, What is Reality? Awareness and Its Activity. My name is Nate, and today we'll be taking a look at what awareness is as the foundation of existence and how, through its own activity or by moving within itself, it manifests each of us and the entire universe. This video is going to be absolutely vital to understanding the next 11 videos that I'll be putting out on my channel. So even though it's a bit on the longer side, I highly encourage you to watch through to the end. I'm going to be packing a ton of very deep, important information into every second of this video, so take in as much as you can. This isn't going to be a theoretical discussion or a hypothetical guess. I've talked many times on my channel about the importance of using your direct personal experience to confirm everything that I talk about here on the channel. This is no exception. So, let's get into it. Reality is happening now, not a minute from now or a minute ago, not an hour from now or an hour ago, right now. So, if we are to know anything about true reality and how it's coming into existence, we have to be able to do it now, in the present moment, through our direct experience. There's no other way to do it. I'll be explaining and helping you notice through your direct experience the three states of awareness and its activity: the resting state, the manifest or phenomenal state, and the limited or processing state. So, to begin, we first want to direct our attention to the experience of being aware and how it's the source of your experience of existence. The only way to do this is to become aware of the reality presenting itself to you right now in the present moment. You've taken the first step already. Centering yourself in the present moment will direct your awareness away from the content of thought, away from memories of the past, imaginations of the future, which are both merely thoughts. You've always been experiencing reality right here, right now. So take a moment to breathe and become aware of the present moment. Now that you're more centered in the present moment, let's center a bit more. Close your eyes and let your awareness expand. What are you aware of right now? What sensations are you aware of? The chair pressing up against you? The feelings inside of your body? The sounds coming to you from inside the room, outside of the room? Any tastes or smells? Any thoughts that have been bubbling up within your awareness? Now open your eyes. Become aware of the sights around you. Try to look at them all equally as just images appearing to you. Okay, good job. Now let me ask you, what would you know about the existence of anything that you just sensed? Your place in the room and your own body, the objects surrounding you, your own thoughts? What would you know about any of these things if you had no awareness? What existence would they have for you if you had no awareness of them? Let me ask you a bit of a more difficult question. What would you know about yourself if you had no awareness? You wouldn't be aware of a body or of sensations. You wouldn't be aware of thoughts about who you are or memories about your past, your beliefs, your ideas. No awareness of these things. What would be left of you? Perhaps you came to the same conclusion that I did when I did this investigation. You would have no concept of anything existing, including yourself, if there was no innate awareness which could know or be aware of them. There would not even be an I that was not aware, because to be an I, it would have to know or be aware that it was existing with no awareness, which of course would require awareness to do. So, in our direct experience, awareness is essential for everything, including us, to exist. And as you've gotten in touch with your awareness over the past few moments, are you starting to see that it is absolutely essential for you to experience reality? An interesting thing that I would like to point out is that you've never actually had the experience of non existence. Even if you were to somehow learn to quiet your thoughts completely and placed yourself in a sensory deprivation tank, so you had no thoughts, no sensations, no feelings, absolutely nothing, would you suddenly cease to exist? No, something would remain, which would be aware that there are no sensations and no thoughts and no feelings. What would remain is awareness itself. You would be aware of only awareness. So here we start to talk about the first state of awareness. It's resting, or its unmanifest state. This state is exactly the goal of meditation, to direct your focus of awareness or your attention away from thoughts, away from sensations and phenomena, and direct that awareness toward itself. Awareness becoming aware of itself. This is how you can get in touch with awareness in its pure resting state through your direct experience. And I highly recommend that you do this through meditation. I can tell you a few things that you will discover by doing so, but until you directly experience it for yourself, everything I'm telling you is just concepts and beliefs. My words are not going to be a true reflection of actual reality, of true, pure awareness. What there is to be known in this deep meditative state is almost exactly the same as what is known in the state of deep sleep that you enter every single night. No sensation, no phenomena, no experience of the world or of time or of space, not even the experience of a separate self, just being, resting as itself. It is the absence or cessation of activity. For your thoughts, which we'll talk about later, this seems to be a blank space in your experience. Thought is an activity of awareness and thus cannot exist when awareness is resting in this non-active state. In this resting state, pure awareness is inherently free of all phenomena, all manifestation. All of those are activities within awareness. All concepts, sensations, thoughts, objects, experiences, all of these are an activity. In this state, all that is itself. It is pure, infinite, unmanifest existence. Again, this isn't theoretical or hypothetical. This awareness that you are can know itself in your direct experience and does so every night in deep sleep. For a long time, I had great difficulty reconciling this unmanifest kind of state of fundamental reality of awareness, because the world that we experience in our day-to-day lives seems to be very much something. It's very active. There's a lot of activity going on. And so for a long time, I didn't understand how this non-active, unmanifest, resting state of awareness could create all of this. Perhaps you've had the same questions. It definitely doesn't look or feel like unmanifest nothingness. But this is where the second state of awareness, or awareness in its phenomenal manifest state, comes in. Though awareness is fundamentally free of all limits and qualities, because it is inherently clear or pure, it thus has the freedom to appear as all limits and all qualities. You could think of this similar to a transparent TV screen, which can display any qualities of film imaginable because it is inherently quality-less. When awareness moves within itself, all phenomena imaginable appears to awareness within awareness as awareness. This is what I call mind, the activity of awareness within itself. It's not what we typically consider to be our personal mind, but God mind or universal mind, all which manifests within awareness. All phenomena, the infinite cosmos, all that is known or experienced. It's like we're all in a shared dream within the mind of awareness. Everything within the dream, all the sensations, the objects, the images, the feelings, everything is contained within the mind of awareness and composed of awareness. Each of us within the dream are experiencing it from what feels like a different point of view, but each of us are individually at the center of the activity because we are that one awareness. We are the dreamer. Now we move to the third state of awareness, or awareness in its limited processing state. This is what I refer to by thought. Thought is kind of like an activity within an activity. When manifesting happens, all sensing happens within it as well. The activity of hearing happens, the activity of seeing happens, the activity of feeling happens, and the activity of thought happens as well. It is the activity of awareness processing its own activity. Within the mind of awareness, which is infinite, non-dual manifestation, when its own activity reaches a certain point of complexity, the activity of thought can take place. Thought, however, is different from the manifesting of the second state. The thing you have to understand about thought is that it is a self-limiting function of awareness. Though awareness by nature is infinite, even in its manifesting and phenomenal state, when it manifests the activity of thought, it manifests within itself the illusion of the finite, of limits, separation, polarity. Thought's function within awareness is to process or filter the activity of manifestation, or of mind, which allows the illusion of duality to arise. This is the key difference between mind and thought. In mind, there is manifestation and phenomena, but no concept of separation. It still appears as infinite, active awareness. Thought is the activity of awareness processing its own activity of manifestation and phenomena. And in order to process it, awareness must create within itself an illusion of separation, of limits, of duality, and the illusion of you. Thought is a particular form that awareness is taking within itself. And without thought, awareness could not experience its own infinite magnitude, its infinite manifestation, if it didn't create the illusion within itself of being a limited, separate point of view. And thus we have the trinity of awareness, or the states of activity that happen within it. There is awareness in its pure, unmanifest state, or awareness in its resting state. This is awareness minus mind minus thought. Then there is awareness in its phenomenal manifest state, or awareness in its active, unprocessed state. This is awareness plus mind minus thought. And lastly, there is awareness in its polarizing dualistic state, or awareness in its active, processed state. This is awareness plus mind plus thought. We, being awareness, pass through the entire trinity of its own activity every single day. When in deep sleep, or the deepest possible meditation, awareness's attention is directed toward itself in its resting state. Anytime there is a lull or a lapse in thought when we are in the waking or dreaming state, then awareness's attention is directed toward itself in its manifest phenomenal state. And when our attention is on the activity of thought, awareness is directed at itself in its processed, polarized state. And this is typically where we spend most of our time and attention. Reality is the play of awareness as it moves between its resting and active states, like the ocean's waves that rise and fall, form and dissolve within the ocean's infinite expanse. As I said before, your direct experience will reveal this to you if you pay attention, as your awareness moves from day to day between the states of unmanifest deep sleep, pure experiencing, and processing of thought. Ta-da! That's what's going on. Awareness and its activity. Now, it is true that almost all of us are deeply absorbed in the third state. We direct most of our attention toward the activity of thought, which again is a very real state of awareness, but it is also an illusory, processed view of reality. This is a natural happening within our progression of understanding. It's all part of the play of awareness. As we'll discover in the next few videos, a natural byproduct of taking the activity of awareness in the form of thought to be an accurate view of reality, or a non-illusory view, causes you suffering, which I think most of us can agree we would like to go without. In the next 8 videos, we'll look at a breakdown of the activity of thought and some of the fundamental polarizations that it creates and how they build upon one another. You'll also discover how this creates all of your problems, but also how seeing the truth about them can solve all of your problems and reveal the underlying piece of the awareness that you are. Learning about awareness and its states of activity, as we just have, is the first step that you have to take. And it is a huge leap. We'll definitely be revisiting this topic in various ways further down the road. But that's all I have time to cover for this video. Thank you so much for sticking with me this far. If you're still watching, you are definitely a seeker of truth, and you will get so much out of this video, the future videos, and out of life in general. I know that you will find the answers and the peace that you seek. If you've enjoyed part 1, hit a like down below and make sure you subscribe to be notified for each of the following editions as they're released. Feel free to comment down below. I love interacting with you, and your feedback helps me more than you know. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Don't worry, I've got a lot more content for you to enjoy. Click the link to the right to see a video that goes hand in hand with what you just watched. On the left is a playlist I recommend you check out. And down below you can see my latest video release. Your support means the world to me, so thank you.